So we're going to take like a step back. If you're not a Bible person, it's totally fine. We're going to take a step out and look at our world right now. So Israel had these great miraculous things and still didn't find rest. So here we are today in America. So I'm going to give you some stats about America. America works more hours with less vacation time than any industrialized nation. We have no maximum work week. We have no guaranteed PTO, no guaranteed parental leave, and no guaranteed sick pay. So I want you to just think for a second. All industrialized nations includes communist China. They have guaranteed PTO. I want you to just sit with that for a second. In a communist government, they have a guaranteed vacation. And America does not. Doesn't mean your job might not give you it. There's just nothing mandated that says they have to. 85% of men in America right now work more than 40 hours a week. And 40 hours is what we would call full-time work. But actually in the 30s, they almost made it 30 hours a week. But the law didn't pass. So here we are, we're in America. We're not getting any of these guaranteed things like other countries. We're working way more. And if you're like, well, yeah, it's going to go downhill. Actually, America's working an extra 4 weeks per year than we were in 1979. So actually, it's getting worse and worse. We're working way more and stopping way less. And that's where we all live. We're all here. And, if you're anything inside of ministry or you give in some capacity to a nonprofit, it's usually just as bad. Pastors feel it more than anyone else because there is not a barrier of how much you give. And so usually they overstretch themselves. And that's why Curtis's stat is not that surprising that people under 50 are like, am I really called to do this? Because this is really hard. And it's not just like, oh, we're working too much. That's why we can't rest. Also, when we're not working, we're not resting. So this is a quote from the Netflix CEO, Reed Hastings. He says that the company's real competitor is not Amazon, it's not Disney Plus, it's not any of those. He says it's sleep. You get a show or movie you're really dying to watch, and you end up staying up late at night. So we actually compete with sleep. And guess what? We're winning. So our culture at work and at home is breeding us to do anything but rest. So a Charleston Southern University surveyed 20,000 believers, okay? Christians. And they identified busyness as the major distraction from spiritual life. Christians are assimilating to a culture of busyness, making God marginalized and deteriorating relationship with Him. And they said it's a cycle. Basically, I'm so busy I don't have time for God. And then the more I don't have time for God, the more I feel like I need to be more busy. So then it's like this crazy, really messed up cycle where they, more and more, their relationship with God is dwindling. And so here we are. We're in this world where God can do these amazing, miraculous, marvelous things and be a refuge in clear form, yet everything around us is trying to do anything but help us be still. I could give you stats about phones, but I'm sure you all know them. Your phone is telling you screen times that you're using anyways, It's the first thing most Americans grab when they wake up, which immediately stimulates you, doesn't help you slow down. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying this is where we're at. This isn't we all have to quit our jobs, move to a farm, let's become Amish, right? That's not the fix for this. Maybe it is for, hey, if God calling you to that, good for you. I'm not going to be great on a farm. So here we are. We're in this problem, essentially. We want God to be a refuge. We want to rest. In fact, right, in Hebrews it says, therefore make every effort to enter into that rest. Make every effort. But somehow, it feels like we can't. And so I just want us to sit for a second and feel like, what is it that we're missing? What do we need to get this right? For me, I feel like I'm in the same boat. Like, first thing I do when I wake up, I get my phone, or I'm running from thing to thing. I feel like there's always a list of to-dos in my head of here's all the things you have to do today. I feel like that's where everyone's at. I feel like I try to have conversations sometimes with someone, and it's like they're watching like TV basically because there's stuff always wrapping in their head. And so I just want us to step back now. We're going to look at what does the Bible say about rest? What is the Bible calling us into? What is the Lord's invitation? Because really what the Bible is saying is the solution for busyness is not like, okay, well, you got to cut it out or like you got to slim down. It's saying, no, God, intimately. And then you'll find rest. Let go, sink in, be still. Stop striving.